Jen is back down at Roy Thompson Hall this morning as the TIFF coverage continues on day 2. Jen, back over to you.
Okay, Nick, thank you so much. We're live outside of the Royal Alexandra Theatre this morning with the artistic director of Second City Toronto. And of course, we are on the heels of the John Candy documentary, I Like Me, which, Etan, you got to watch yesterday.
Yeah.
And what surprised me was, because I watched his movies growing up as a kid, I didn't know that he had this background in improv and was an alumni of Second City. So talk about the significance of him joining Second City in 1973 with Bill Murray and how that really catapulted his funny man career.
Yeah, I mean, they talked about it quite a bit in the film, which was really great, that he was quite new to performing professionally, and Second City was really the place where he kind of found his voice as a comedian, and he got to work with that whole crew coming out of Godspell and Bill Murray, and I think he joined Second City about a year after he came to Toronto, and it seemed like a place that really opened up kind of his creativity and his voice as a comedian, and then obviously that transitioning into Second City SCTV, which really put Second City on the world stage and is something that has stayed in people's hearts for decades as sort of a seminal voice in comedy, and he was such a huge part of that.
For sure. It was just so beautiful to see the community and the second family he had with his crew at Second City. And there's something significant about the Royal Alexandra Theatre. Can you talk about that and Godspell?
Yeah, so Godspell was a show that ran here in, I think, 1972, and a lot of that cast, Eugene Levy, Gilda Radner, Martin Short, joined the Second City Toronto cast shortly after that, and ended up being a lot of the cast that John Candy worked with. They talk about in the documentary how he always had a bit of a chip on his shoulder because he didn't get to be in that show, and all those people had bonded over it. But yeah, it's very clear from hearing all of them talk in the documentary how the bonds that they made working together at Second City were really lifelong, and the love that they had for each other, and how much you would see them work together in movies years on just because they had such a great dynamic on screen and loved each other so much.
Absolutely. I think John Candy's improv background, I mean, it's what landed him Second City TV, because during the audition, the other guy just kept on talking and he just saying yes, and he listened. And that's so important in improv, listening and agreeing and going with it. And in the film, they talk about how, you know, he never tried to show up the other actor. He was always like, how can we make this better as a team? It's all about that collaboration, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. One of the interviews that really really foregrounds that was when Tom Hanks was talking about them working on Splash together, and how he was always just trying to find bits, and he was like playing with the phone and the desk and everything, and like that is really the essence of the working process at Second City. You come in with one idea, but you build it together, you build it with the audience telling you like what they're finding funny, what they're connecting with, and it's really about discovery in the moment, and he really brought that spirit of creativity and collaboration with him on all the projects he worked on with his movie career and his TV career, and it's very clear that that was so vital to his process and his voice.
Yeah, it really was. It's amazing to see that, you know, a huge actor like John Candy, who really had so many fans worldwide and so many respected A-list Hollywood actors, you know, give him his flowers yesterday at the tribute, and how it all kind of, Second City was the launch pad for that. Yeah,
we feel really proud and honored. I mean, with someone like John Candy, it's hard to say that he wouldn't have gotten there anyway.
Right.
But definitely something that's extremely important to Second City is meeting performers and artists kind of at a point in their career where they're ready to move to the next level of creativity and of productivity and making work, and finding their voice and working with an audience to really level up and then launch off to do amazing things.
Yeah, I thought it was so endearing that, you know, he talked about his insecurities and having that imposter syndrome and thinking, oh no, I'm not good enough, but everyone thought he was great, you know, and that's just part of being an actor and a performer, I guess. So,
yeah, I mean, the audience will tell you how well you're doing. And it's hard to argue. It's hard to get off stage to a room full of laughter and adoration and be like, oh, that wasn't that funny.
No.
But if they're cheering for you, it definitely was.
Okay. Etan Muskat, thank you so much for joining us, Artistic Director of Second City Toronto.